Hey everyone, it's me, KatieBeth again. And today I'm trying out this new T-shirt heat press I got off of Amazon. Not sponsored, but I wanted a T-shirt heat press. And the Cricut one is over $100. And the one on Amazon has a comparable sized heat press for shirts, but says it also comes with attachments to do mugs, hats, and something else. I can't really see what these are for, but it's supposed to do mugs and hats as well as T-shirt heat presses, and it was only in like the $80 range, so you get more stuff and it's cheaper than the Cricut one. So I thought I'd try it out and see how great the value really is, because just like T-Mobile phone service, it may be cheap, but if it doesn't work, then you wasted your money. So hopefully I didn't waste my money. Let's try this out. Let's do some unboxing real quick. So the idea with this is that instead of having to go over the shirt with an iron, because my iron's like this big and shirts are like this big, so I don't have to like do each little section. I can just smash it all and heat press it at once. Okay, so in the box, looks like we have the main box, which is probably the heat press, but I'm gonna take out this little box first because it's easier. Don't know what's in it yet, it's unlabeled. It's a little bit like Russian dolls. So you got the big box and then a smaller box. Looks pretty much quite a lot like the big box. Boop. Boop. Ooh. I'm actually pretty excited about this. It comes with a heat pad. I can be like Kayla now with her little heat pad that she has. Just wanted to smell it. I don't know why, but I always need to smell things, which is a bad habit because that's where the cancerous stuff is a lot. I feel like this will be really helpful for me so I don't have to keep putting down a ton of towels underneath my shirts to not mess up the counters or anything. So it comes with a heating pad, an instruction booklet. Ooh, it looks like I can heat press images onto plates as well. And it has a cute little reference thing telling me what things I can make. I can make t-shirts. I'm a little confused because it says non-cotton. I feel like non-cotton might melt in a heat press, but oh, it's a temperature gauge. So if you're using a non-cotton shirt, 200 Celsius. I think if you're using a cotton t-shirt, 170 Celsius. Ooh, they also have the American version, so I don't have to think about weird Celsius things. So 200 degrees Celsius is 392 degrees Fahrenheit. Woo, for 60 seconds. Woo, that's some heat. It also does aluminum plates, mugs, hats, and plates to display. Can put my face on some plates and send them to people. Okay, back to opening. Vevor. Looks like the brand is Vevor. It's got some nice weight to it. Always insist on bringing you the most splendid moment. Looks like they tried to translate stuff into English and didn't quite get it. Moment. I think they meant moment, but it's just like a moment. Nice plate. Looks like it. Is that a little bubble? Should be fine, I guess. Nice heating plate. And this is the bottom of it. box empty now. So I guess this is the holder for it. And I haven't read the directions, but I'm guessing pad, shirt, smash is how I think this works. So that's my guesstimation of how this works. Now let's open this tinier box. I must be missing some attachments because this cannot be everything that it's supposed to be. So maybe not the best deal if it's not having all the attachments that it said it had. But even if it was just the heat press itself without attachments, it's still cheaper than buying the Cricut brand one. So it looks like this is the hat attachment. So I think I would plug this into the heat press and it would just heat this up to iron a hat. I'm going to be honest, I'm a little disappointed it didn't have all the other attachments it had, because I don't see how this would work for a plate heater. It could maybe work for a mug, but I don't think it's the mug attachment. I'm a little disappointed, but maybe the ad did not claim to have all those things, and maybe the manual is just shared between different things. So I guess mine just comes with the cap heating pad, although now I want the mug heating pad just because I know it exists. Not that I have any mugs that I'd like to be making, but now that I know it's a thing. I wonder if I can buy those attachments separately. Not important. Let's see if this works. Well, 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 looks like I just foreshadowed myself into failure. Because just like T-Mobile phone service, it may be cheap, but if it doesn't work, then you wasted your money. And while I only paid $85 for this versus the $129 or whatnot that the Cricut one is, and I got attachments, both this and the attachments will not work because of the way it is powered. I tried over and over again to plug this thing in and turn it on, and over again as soon as I turned it on, once I figured that out. About 3 seconds after being powered on, it would shut down the power on my circuit. I was trying to use this in my kitchen, which all the circuits are GFCIs, which are great for safety, but not great when you're trying to use dangerous appliances that pull 800 watts immediately from your outlet, and your safety plug goes, no, 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 what is that, and shuts it down. And continually that kept happening. And I even gave it some tries where as soon as I powered it on, I tried turning the temperature way down to see if that would help, but it doesn't, since it just pulls the same amount of power immediately no matter what temperature it's at. So while it was cheap, it's a piece of crap because it doesn't work. So looks like it's back to me ironing my shirts. And to make it worse, it's too late to return it to Amazon. Amazon has a 30-day return policy, and it's been like 45 days that I've had this thing sitting in a box in my house. I did contact the sellers, and I'm waiting to hear back from them. Maybe there is a trick that I'm just doing wrong, and maybe it's a great device, and I just don't have the brain capacity to figure it out on my own, how to make it work, which is very possible. But as of right now, this does seem entirely like a case of when something's too good to be true, sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But wait, the video's not over. So I contacted the seller of the heat press and showed them the video that I made that it did not work. And within a few days, they sent me a second one to try out to see if this one will work. So I'm super curious as to whether or not the first one was just bad luck or if they both won't work. So I'm going to open up the second one they sent me and see if they both just don't work, or if maybe one was just bad, or if it's user error. Let's find out. So I'm noticing the replacement one did not come with directions or instruction booklet like the last one did, but I still have that instruction booklet. Okay, so this needs to be up so it's not automatically shooting energy to the extension that it doesn't have on it right now. And let's plug it in and see if it works. Okay, so plug it in, turn it on. Don't know if the outlet has power. Okay, so the outlet has power. Turning it on. It's on at 195 Celsius to 19 Celsius. Already it's looking different. And there's like random pieces of tape on here, and looks like some of the stickers are peeling off. So that might mean that they checked this one a little better. I think the blinking heat sign means it's warming up. Maybe? I just pressed the hourglass and I think that means it's warming up. I guess I'll leave it on a bit longer and see what it does. So I finally figured out what was wrong with it. The toggle is switched. In the pamphlet it says that the toggle needs to be up to do shirts and down to do the extension. It seems to be switched because when it was up, it wasn't heating up at all. And now that I push the toggle down, it's actually heating up and working. Press. Just gonna move it to iron. Looks like it is ironing out the spots, but it's not too hot. are way harder to make than I thought they would be. It might be because of the type of vinyl I was using, but really only half of it came out on the hat. The half that's on the hat does seem to be on there pretty well, other than this part. I don't know if it's because the temperature with this iron got way too high for this type of vinyl. That could have been it. I liked the concept of this, but I thought it would be a lot more even. It didn't seem to even heat that well. Okay, I kind of see why. So it looks pretty even on this side, but on this side you can see like there's a pocket that's not, even if I squeeze it down really hard, it's just not on there as hard. So it's not pushing down to give it that ironed heat as much as I thought it would be. But even if I end up not using this attachment and just using an iron, this is still kind of a nice curved structure to iron onto versus a flat ironing area. So at least that's pretty cool. So the second one that I have does actually work. I just haven't quite figured out the temperature settings because the ones in the pamphlet for directions that they give you don't really work for Cricut vinyl that well. So I think I'm going to need to experiment more. Like, it's way hotter than it needs to. It's also not a plug and go type of thing that I believe the Cricut one probably is. This one, it's taking a lot of tuning, a lot of figuring out what settings to do, what temperatures and timing. Like, it's not plug and go. You really have to figure out all the fine tuning. However, I was pretty excited when I packaged the old one back up with all of the accessories to send back to China. I didn't know what address to send it to, so I emailed customer service again to find the address, and they told me just keep the old stuff. They don't need it back, which makes sense if it doesn't work. I just thought they'd refurbish it or whatnot. But that means I got to keep both of these ironing pads, which I'm pretty excited about because that's a pretty cool thing. And now I have two of these irony things. So overall, I probably wouldn't buy this again just because it takes such fine tuning that it's not easier than ironing. Ironing actually is a lot quicker for me than using this and a lot more controlled, really. But I must say, for this company being one of those ones that looks like it's based off in China on Amazon, their customer service was really great. Within a day, they had already emailed me about the old machine and wanted to see the video that I made of how it wasn't working. And as soon as I sent them in that video, they sent me out a new machine. It took like 2, maybe 3 days from talking to them to actually get this in the mail. I was actually super surprised it showed up so quickly. And I was a little worried about having to send back the old one with the shipping price, because this is pretty heavy and it came in a pretty big box. But when I emailed them back to get a shipping address for returning, they just said, don't bother, keep it. So that was pretty cool. It saved me a lot of money on the shipping return. Overall, I'd say just use your iron. It works fine. But because I got all these extras, I'm not too mad about it. And maybe if I do some more fiddling, I'll get really good at this iron thing. So that's my final review for this knockoff heat shirt press. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you're into crafts and reviews, we have a whole lot more craft and review videos. And if you're into adventures, books, or random things, we've also got those. So if you're already subscribed, thank you so much. And if not, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for being here and learning with me today. And have a great rest of your day. I'm gonna have to pause for this heater on the wall that's just heating up the water in this house.